Senator Obama, congratulations on your win in Iowa. I, Lock Fortune, would like to congratulate you, and I would like to get really quickly to the point because I know that you are running a campaign and you do not have much time. This is the second video that I have made and I posted on YouTube offering you advice. I please truly hope that you get the chance to listen to this one, as I feel that it's even more important than the first. I would like to propose, as a way of answering the immigration problem, the immigration issue, which is a big problem, and also as a way of answering our fiscal problem also as a nation, there is one simple solution that I would like to offer to you: a generational tax. A generational tax is a tax that would be proposed as an income tax, so the IRS would not be replaced, but it would be a different type of system that it would be dedicated to administering. Okay? The generational tax, which would take the place of our income tax, would be based on how many generations you as an American have lived in this country. If you have, as an American, lived more than 4 generations, if you're a 4th generation or more American in this country, your tax burden will be less. If you are a 4th generation or less American in this country, your tax burden will be greater, for the simple reason that you are new to this country. And so therefore, we are asking you to contribute to the infrastructure of this country that those who have come before you have already contributed and built and put together. It's that really basically that simple in a nutshell. A generational tax to replace the income tax that has been such an incredible burden, especially on the middle class. Generational tax would be blind to your class. It does not matter what your class is or what you are earning. What matters is how much time have you lived in this country? Have your great-grandparents died for this country? Have your great-great-grandparents died for this country? Then you, as an American, should be hailed, and you as an American should be respected, and you as Americans should now have to pay a lesser of a tax burden because of that. You're new to the country. You're just coming into the country. Your tax burden will be greater. This will allow us to, number one, have the incentive to give you a fast track to becoming a legal citizen, because we want you to be a legal citizen and we want you to take part in the American dream. Number two, this will give you the pride in knowing that you are now contributing to the infrastructure that has helped make this country great. So yes, you'll be paying more of a tax burden, but you will also have the safety and security of knowing that your children will be paying less of a tax burden, and your children's children will be paying less of a tax burden, and their children will be paying less of a tax burden. This is not to say that if you are a 5th generation or more American that you pay nothing. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you pay substantially less. I am not an economist, so I'm not going to give figures here, but I will offer this as a percentage. I would say that immigrants coming into the country, 0 to 1 to 1st generation Americans, should expect to pay somewhere in the lines of a 20 to 17% tax on income. Is it exorbitant? Yes, it is exorbitant. But does this country offer you great services in exchange for that? Yes, we do. You will be in our public schools. You will be in our public hospitals. You will be in our public health care system. You will be able to use our libraries. Our colleges are now open to you because now we are able to make you an American citizen much more quickly. If you are a 4th generation or more American, which these things are very easy to prove today, in today's days and times. If you're a 4th generation or more American, then you're looking at paying a 5% tax or even a 4% tax, but a much less tax burden because your forefathers died for this country, and this is our way of saying thank you to you. Regardless of what your social standing is, we as America recognize your contribution. So these services are here for you. You are literally grandfathered in to the American system. And it doesn't matter what your race, your creed are, whether you're American Indian, whether you are Afro, well, whether you are American African, whether you are American white, whether you are American Jewish, whether you are American Asian, whether you are American Latino, American Hispanic. It does not matter. What matters is how long have you been here in the country. I would really like for you to consider this seriously, and if you were to get economists together to crunch the numbers on this, I really can see how this type of a tax system would help, number one, alleviate Americans' problems with illegal immigration, because it would give immigrants a path towards legality and an incentive to become legal, and also it would give those who are impoverished to the middle class a wonderfully great tax relief. We've lived in this country long enough, we've toiled in this country long enough, it's time for us to be given a break. There are some Americans who live in this country, who've lived in this country for 7, 6, 8 generations, and they're still living in poverty. This has to be unacceptable. This has to be made to be unacceptable, and this will get people to the polls to vote for you, sir. I would also like to see you make a half-hour infomercial. That will really, really help you also. Half-hour infomercial would do a great way of you having one voice and getting your message across to all the people, and you would be a front runner in doing this and showing that you are willing to stand for what you say and say for what you stand. Thank you very much, Senator Obama. Thank you for this time. I wish you much great luck and success in your future. Rock out.